Hey, hope you're having a great Tuesday afternoon, March the 5th. I'm 9 News Meteorologist Chris Bianchi. To look at your Colorado weather forecast for today, we got some clouds overhead right now, and you can see those outside here at Spear and Logan. Probably not a ton coming from those, at least here in Denver, but you get into the foothills, we could see a brief kind of burst of snow and maybe some graupel this afternoon into early this evening. Graupel, those super cool kind of slushy hail pellets. I think we have the potential for that as we head over the next couple of hours. But we're actually seeing some snow right now here at the Loveland ski area, and we're seeing some of that snowfall right now along the north of I-70, mainly for us here into the mountains, and that snow will continue over the next few hours, but it's gradually fizzling on out as we speak. Meantime, for us here in Denver, the sky's kind of clouding up gradually for us here, and now we're mostly cloudy. We did have a beautiful bright blue start to our Tuesday, but again, those clouds have kind of continued to roll the way on in, and expect that to continue. And again, for us here in Denver, seeing those mid to high level clouds overhead right now. Light snow today in the mountains. It's dry in Denver, most likely through tomorrow, but the next storm Thursday and Friday. That's one that looks pretty interesting to me. I'll explain that in the next few minutes. Temperatures right now, mostly the 40s for us along the I-25 corridor. HDOPPLR radar showing us some of that snowfall along north of I-70, and again, we're seeing mainly up by Rocky Mountain National Park, and also out here through the western slope, seeing some of that snowfall. And a close look in here at Rocky Mountain National Park, and we're seeing some of that snowfall. We notice down along the I-70 corridor from kind of the Eisenhower-Johnson tunnels on north, a little bit of that snow trying to redevelop, and that's going to be the convective, kind of thunder snowy kind of setup that could lead to one or two of these showers reaching the way down into the Denver area and specifically into the foothills over the next couple of hours. So as we head through the next few hours, that snow kind of gradually ends along north of I-70 today. Maybe an additional inch or two of snowfall for us here into the higher elevations, but we will see a little bit of redevelopment for tomorrow as well. Meantime, for us here in Denver, again, a chance for a rain or snow shower. Not expecting any accumulation from this, but in the foothills above 7,000 feet. Evergreen, Conifer, the Jeffco, Boulder County foothills would be, I would say, west of Highway 93. We're talking probably Evergreen, Conifer, Bailey, getting on north to the Peak to Peak Highway. That, again, pretty high up there. This is not, 6,000 feet. We're not talking about like Roxborough or Arvada, Morrison. We're going up a little bit from there. That's where I think we could see a quick burst of snow and some accumulation as a result. But we'll see some of that for the next couple of hours, and then things kind of dissipate on down by tomorrow morning. Winds a little blustery out there, especially East Denver, seeing some gusts in the 20+ mile an hour range, but those winds not really as big of a factor as they have been for the last little while. Tonight, we'll clear skies out briefly. Temperatures drop back to around freezing, and will be a little bit gusty at times. Tomorrow, highs around 60 degrees for us here in Denver, mostly cloudy skies, though. We'll have more clouds than sunshine through the day tomorrow. That's out ahead of our next storm system. This one arrives on Thursday, maybe some mountain snow for tomorrow, but I think it's Thursday we see the majority of the action as our next storm system moves on in, and we'll see that snow continue through the day on Thursday in the high country. Question is what happens for us in the lower elevations, and I think we'll probably at least start as some rain, maybe a quick burst of snow on Thursday, and then Thursday night, Friday morning, we could get some steady snowfall, mainly during the morning hours, but that snow will probably hang around throughout most of the day on Friday, and that could, emphasis on could, lead to a few inches of snowfall. Now, no, this is not a forecast. Top left-hand side of your screen. That is the GFS computer forecast model. That is not a forecast. So I'm just showing you the differences in the computer forecast models. And that's GFS model. Here's the European model. Slight differences, right? In fact, the computer models, I was just looking at them. I was just kind of went to a deep dive on Twitter about this, but your weather apps are once again going to be kind of unreliable right now, at least your automated ones. So they're showing, point being is that we're kind of all over the place right now in terms of that snowfall potential as we head over the next few days. And I would lean towards a lighter solution. So kind of think of, for Denver, probably we're talking a 1 to 3, 2 to 4 inch snowfall Thursday night, Friday morning mainly, but there's a potential there for 3 to 6, 4 to 8 inches worth of snowfall here in town. Again, a lot of the computer models are showing that, but there's big disagreement on the models right now, and that's part of the concern, and that's why, again, just enough uncertainty there that we just need to leave that as a possibility. Meantime, 7-day forecast. Hey, this time next week, this is basically a lock. a week from now, we're going to have 7 p.m. sunsets and temperatures probably in the mid-60s. So it is going to feel like spring this time next week. Meantime, I think we have the potential for having to break out those snow shovels. We could be talking about a medium-sized storm potentially for us here in Denver. Better chance south and west. I should mention this as well. And we'll go back on camera and talk about that for a quick second here. Snowpack right now, 100% of its season to date average. First time since early November. So first time in 4 months that we're at 100% of our season to date average. Our peak snowpack comes about a month from now on April the 8th, climatologically for us here in Colorado. But back to that Thursday, Friday snow. What seems to be pretty likely at this point, this would be an upslope driven event. That means those winds back against the mountains forces the air to rise, condenses out into that moisture, and that means the west and south sides of town will be the most favored to get some of those higher snowfall amounts. Meantime, north and east of Denver, Airport on west to say North Glen, Bar Lake, those kinds of areas, Commerce City, those would be the areas that will likely see less snowfall. That's a pretty safe bet at this point. Probably those areas see maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow maybe out of this, but downtown Denver on south and west, that's where there's a potential for a more significant snow event from downtown on south and west. Again, north and east of town, pretty confident this will be a lighter event, but south and west of town, still some big differences. And again, this will be an upslope driven event, which means that the foothills, the Palmer Divide, will end up with probably quite a bit higher totals than downtown on north and east. So worth noting that at this point, those highest impacts will likely be maybe Thursday night, but probably Friday morning would be the worst of it. And then Friday evening, we start to kind of gradually clear things on out. We'll, of course, get you more details as it gets a bit closer. In the meantime, just want to give you an update on that and why, by the way, your handy dandy weather apps. I'm going to show you some weird stuff. In fact, somebody tweeted me a screen grab of one automated app showing 0.2 inches of snow in his house and then 6 inches of house on another automated weather app. So those weather apps, they're kind of figuring things on out. So hopefully this adds a bit more context as to why those apps are behaving weirdly, to say the least. So anyways, we'll keep you posted the latest on this as always. But meantime, once again, 90s meteorologist Chris Bianchi, thanks for joining us here on 90s Plus. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.